What's up everybody, and thank you once again for joining me back into Farthest Frontier. I'm currently playing on Trailblazer mode and I'm at the Lowland Lakes, and I think it's a pretty appropriate map to play with the 1.0 release, and the release is happening on the same day as I'm publishing this video, which is the 23rd of October. And I'm going to go through some of the game mechanics, some of the things that have changed with the 1.0, and at the same time I want to try and build a pretty city, so you can just join me in on that. I will also drop the map seed down into the description, but let's just have a look at this map. So we've got a big body of water over here, and it's a lot of flat surface that we've got to work with, which is great. I absolutely love that. So but overall it does look like a pretty good map. There's a relic over here, which is great, so we've got to just remember about that one. And I do see a lot of hunting spots, which is also great for the beginning stages of the game. And actually throughout the game I do like to use the hunting spots, but it's not as much necessary once you've got your own farming animals. But we've got a lot of roots over here and herbs, so I think I don't want to be too far away from that, so I've got to keep that in consideration. But let's just see, we've got some mountainous region over here. Oh, we've got an infinite iron supply over here, so that's going to really come in handy. We've got a big sand deposit over here, and then we've got even some more iron. And I think what we can do on a later stage, obviously we've got a whole lot of stone here as well, which I absolutely love. We can eventually expand to this side, and we can maybe bring a bridge across over here so that we can get to those clay deposits as well. And just maybe also to make the map easier to navigate. But I think just looking at everything that we've got here over here now, we've got two clay deposits here, 2 hunting spots, and then all of the herbs. Yeah, I think this is a good spot, and we've got a fishing spot even here as well. Doesn't look like there's any direct threats around here, so yeah, you know what, let's go ahead with this. I'm gonna drop the town center down kind of like over here. Let's do this. Oh, and we've got a salvage over here also, and that's gonna come in handy. We can maybe send some villagers early in the game just to go and salvage that. But let's go ahead and put the town center down right over here. Alrighty, so while they are building the town center, I'm gonna just bring my roads all the way around the town center. I feel like this is easier to navigate around all the different areas once I've got the road all around the town center. Then from here we're gonna drag the roads. Let's just bring one out towards this side. Okay, so this road we're gonna place our herbalist or our forager. We're gonna place on this side, and we're probably gonna have a fishing shack not too far from here, going towards this side. So I'm gonna drag one road out this way. There we go. Just pull it all the way through, and yeah, you can see here we've got plenty of stone. There's the salvage site, and I'm gonna drag one road down from here as well. Okay, so let me just have a quick look where our hunting spots are. So here's one. Got quite a few deer over here. So I'm gonna maybe place my forager and my hunting cabin. I'm gonna place here on the same spots. Alright, and then I'm going to maybe do my industrial area. Now, if you've watched my playthroughs, I generally like to divide my town into 2 main regions, an industrial area and then a residential area. So my industrial area, I'm gonna then probably use this top spot over here as my industrial area, and then going down towards this side, this is gonna form part of my residential area. But let's just go ahead and color in some of these things, just to get the rock and the wood. You can see they'll automatically now chopping down a whole bunch of trees because of all the roads that we dragged. But we could use that extra stone, so I'm going to just color in some of the stones. There we go. Guys, and let's just set up a few houses to start with. Actually, no, that we can only build houses once the town center is up. So I'm going to then rather do this. We're going to set up the hunting cabin. And we can do the forager as well. So I think those 2 structures for our basic food need, that's going to be fine for now. I'm going to just focus on that. Right, and then we can place a firewood splitter. So I'm thinking I'm going to place the firewood splitter over here, right? And then all my storage structures I'm going to place over here. Now what I'm going to also do, this section over here, I'm going to leave open. And I'm going to use this as a region that I'm going to just do decorations. So it's going to kind of be like a park. So I want to do way more of these type of park setups, like where I'm going to just leave big open squares in between the city. So with this park being here, and we've got a whole bunch of industrial buildings that we're going to have here at the top, this park is going to kind of counteract the negative effect that all the industrial structures on this side has to the residential structures. So yeah, all the residential structures are going to be on the opposite side of this block over here, and we're going to have some trees, statues and plazas and all sorts of things I'm going to put into that block. And I just want to see if we place a well. Yeah, we've got a lot of water points over here with a high water bonus. So that's also the thing with, if you do take the lowland lakes, you're going to find a lot of these spots where you get a massive water bonus. So let's just maybe put a well over there. Right, and I'm going to go ahead and fast forward this. So let's just bring it up to speed 5. We can just quickly get going with everything. Right, we've got our hunter. And the hunting region, just zoom out here. Let's see. Okay, I remember I saw 2 hunting spots. Okay, these are the 2. So I'm going to kind of like space it like that. We're going to probably eventually get a second hunting cabin, and they're going to kind of hunt within the same region. Right, so I'm going to just color in all the trees that's nearby. Right, and then we can start placing our houses. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make blocks of 8 houses. I'm going to just do it like that. Here we go. Right, I love the fact that we've got now the 5 times the speed setting. So this really does help also. Let's see here. Okay, I'm gonna move it just a little bit up. Okay, there we go. Oh, we've got a wolf attacking over here. Oops. Okay, they did manage to get it. Oh my goodness. Now, this is just something that I do want to show you, and I think I must maybe just activate this thing. So, right here at the bottom, this is a new thing now, combat settings. So you can go onto this. Now, this will actually help you control the speed. So, this will automatically reduce the game speed if either one of the 2 events happen, with when the raider attacks or when the animals attack. Now, what I think I'm going to do, I'm going to actually activate both of these. Alright, so this will help me, because now when I was in 5 times the speed, I actually struggled to find the slow down button. Couldn't act quick enough. So yeah, if you've got this combat settings activated, this is going to really help you. We also have this overlay controls now here at the bottom, so you can clearly see all of these things. So you don't have to figure out all the hotkeys for these things. You can then just open up this tab and look at everything. So we've got the grazing areas here for the cattle, the chicken, the cows and the horses. Then we've got a grazing area for the goats. I don't know why it's different though, to be honest. Like, I would have actually thought that would be the same. But yeah, as you can see there, it's definitely different between the 2. And then with the desirability, you can see over there, here we've got our crop fertility. And here we've got the fruit tree fertility, which is also very different. And then here we've got the water. So the dark blue obviously representing higher levels of water under the ground. So it's going to give you a bigger bonus. Alright, so as you can see, they've also changed some of the animations or the artwork. This is now something that's different. Also with a very recent patch that they've done actually. Now you can also toggle your minimap on or off. Yeah, I think for now I'm going to keep it closed maybe. I don't really require the minimap as of yet because I'm occupying such a small space. But once we've got the raider attacks happening, then it would be wise to just keep that mini-map on. And then here we've also got the military banners that you can activate or close. You can see where all of your troops are. But I did find, like, when I had all the military, it was kind of frustrating seeing all these banners at the bottom, you know. So I like the fact that you can now toggle them to be there or not. So that's also a nice extra thing. Right, so let's just speed this up again. I do need some extra wood. Now at the beginning stages, the gathering takes pretty long, I must admit. So I'm going to just let them carry on with this, get as much wood as I can, and I'm going to start setting up my storage. So I want to place my stockyard over here. I'm going to use the top space. I'm going to use here for my cellar, and then right next to it we can do our standard storage. So the standard storage is what they call the storehouse. So there's pretty much everything that you can store in there. Right, we're still waiting for that firewood splitter, so we need to get that going. Because we don't want to be without wood when we go into the winter times. The people can actually die, so yeah, we've got to get that going. Okay, so I just feel I've got to point this out also. So when you go to the building tab, especially when you go to the amenities and the services, if you scroll over onto certain buildings, you'll see with the button, there will be like a little scroll sign at the top right corner. So that means that if you build this structure, you will actually unlock knowledge points, which I'm also going to jump into now. But these knowledge points are basically like a tech tree that you can access and get a whole bunch of different benefits for your town itself. So you can see there with the market, we will get knowledge points for that, for the shrine. And then over here, we've got for the school and then for the temple. And then going to tier 3, we can get knowledge points for the theater. And in tier 4, we get for the library. So I don't know, like, I want to actually check if there's any other structures within the other tabs. I don't think there is. Oh, here's one, actually, 2. So with the tannery, we also get knowledge. And there we go, for the soap shop. Oh, those are the only 2 structures we also get knowledge for. So it's mainly through the amenities and the services that you get all of that. And defenses, no, nothing. Nothing. Okay. Yeah, you see. Alright, so there's only 2 buildings that we can get that. And at least these buildings you can build relatively early in your game. So that does help to accumulate that knowledge quickly. So when we go to the tech tree or the knowledge tree, whatever you want to call it, I've naturally accumulated the knowledge. So over time, as your city grows, you do get knowledge automatically. But there's a lot of ways that you can make it go faster, which we'll go into a little bit later. But I do think I want to activate this one, the wood law. Okay, because the forager plays such a big role at the early stages of the game. So I think that would be a good one to look at. Minus 25% fertility loss from planted crops. That's also a very good one, which we're definitely going to use in the early stages of the game. And then here we get plus 20% base knowledge generation. Okay, so I think that one needs to be activated also relatively early in the game. But you know what, let's go for that one, I think. Let's see, town center, okay. Just want to go through all of this. And this is also to help with the outbreak of illnesses. Now we've got access to roots, so I don't think it's that big of a problem or of a need. Yeah, we're going to just go with that. Let's go for the wood law. So a forager can get extra items then as they forage, and we've got a whole bunch of things here in any case, as you can see. And I'll probably assign another forager on a later stage on this side, then we can get access to the nuts. We've got a lot of herbs, and the herbs can be one of my main selling commodities. And then on this side we've also got nuts and mushrooms, although there's not a lot of other resources, so I think that would kind of be a waste. But you know, let's maybe, I just want to see here. So they say here, more people await to join us, amass a 4-month supply of food and 6 houses. So okay, alright, if we get the 6 houses up and we can get 6 months worth of food, we're going to have a whole lot of villages that's going to come in additionally. So once those villages come in, I'm going to then maybe get the workers to just salvage this. But let's focus on getting the food up. So what I can maybe do is just to build another hunting cabin. And I'm going to set it up right over here. We are going to move them, obviously, as we expand the city. But for now, I want to kind of keep it relatively close to where the center point of the city is. Alright, so I actually generated enough food now. We've got enough houses, so we had another 6 people that came into our town now. So we're going to just go ahead and accept them. So yeah, we've got plenty of food. Now from here, I'm going to just tell them to salvage this. And let's see what we can find. Ooh, predator attack. Oh, that's just a wolf. Okay, we should be able to take him out quickly. There we go. Yeah, that wasn't too bad. We must just keep our eyes out for the bears because they can really cause a lot of trouble. So we're getting close in salvaging this. Let's just check this out. Alright, so this is the loot that we've got. Tome of Knowledge, which immediately triggers a new discovery when acquired. This is lovely. Okay, so this is going to open up a new discovery for us. So we can open up another tech at our knowledge tree or our tech tree, whatever you want to call it. We've got some gold, pottery. We've got some crude weapons. Man, that's so awesome. I love these salvage sites. Right, so we've got some extra knowledge. Let's go ahead and let's see what else we can add here. So I want to really try and focus on what is the most important. Okay, 20 plus damage for villagers, plus 2 armor for villagers. You know, this is a pretty great one, the militia, especially for predators attacking. Within the early game, I think that's also a nice one to have. So, you know what, I'm gonna maybe go for this one, seeing that I got the knowledge point for free. So I might as well just claim this one. Yeah, that's just gonna make our villagers a little bit stronger. Now the next major milestone that we need to unlock is the market. Alright, so once we've got the market, that will give us gold, and that will also lure some more people to the town. So let's see here for amenities. Okay, we're gonna need a saw pit and then also the storehouse. So we're gonna jump right into that. Let's build ourselves a sawmill, and I'm gonna kind of trying to see what would be. I'm gonna leave maybe, let's see, 1, 2, 3 blocks open. I'm gonna do it like this, and I'm gonna draw another road through over here. So I'm just leaving just enough space for some extra production buildings that we can squeeze in there. We're gonna place the saw pit. Once that is built, that will help us to unlock the storehouse. Let's just see here, storehouse. Oh, it's already unlocked. Okay, cool. I know in the past you had to first build the saw pit in order to unlock the storehouse, but I see that's not necessary anymore, which is fantastic. So let's go ahead and add the storehouse, and then from here I'm gonna also go ahead and add my cellar. Now I'm gonna do 2 cellars. This is generally the setup that I do with my storage. I make little blocks where I've got my 2 cellars, the warehouse, or the stockyard, sorry, and then the storehouse as well. So I place all of them within the same block. And we're gonna just pull the road around. Here we go. Perfect. Okay, so then we can look at adding some extra houses. So now what I'm gonna do here, I'm going to do another block of 8 houses, but I'm going to build this one downwards. Right, so we're going to just pull the roads all the way around. And now basically within this space over here, I'm going to have my market. And I'm going to just keep a little bit of space open here so that we can also add some decorative items. But if we place the market over here, obviously it will reach all of the houses now that's around it. And then that will just help us to get that extra tax income. They're really building the houses quickly. And for some reason we're taking very long to get the saw pit done. I just want to check something here. So right over here, when we press on the population here at the top, so we can see now that we've got 9 laborers available, which is great at this stage of the game. And we've got 4 builders. builders are not just actual builders, they also do the maintenance of your structures. But you can see here that we need at least 4 laborers to make the town work efficiently. So yeah, we can use 5 of those laborers we can use for different production buildings, and we'll still manage fine. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to just keep 2 workers here now for the saw pit. Actually, you know what? Let's actually do another 2 workers here for the saw pit. I'm going to add them there. Because we need to build up those planks. Because once we've got the planks, then we can build our market square. So yeah, I think I'm going to just assign those 4 workers there for now. We got another knowledge point, so let's see what we can add. I'm thinking either the taxation or the sustainable farming. One of the 2. What to do. Alright, let's maybe go for the taxation. Okay. Let's just do it like that. Right, so I'm going to just color in all of these trees. And I'm going to let them accumulate as much wood as they can, because we've got so many different structures that we've got to build now. And then we've still got another 4 houses that we need to put up. But you can see with the current houses that we've already got, we've got space for 48 people. So yeah, that's more than enough space. Let's see, market. Okay, yeah, you see that's... We need 50 planks for this. We've got enough stone. So I think what I'm going to do is... Let's just maybe go ahead and... Yeah, I think I'm going to just place it over here. Alright, so then what I'm going to also do is I'm going to extend the road down this way. We've got an impending heat wave, which is perfectly fine. We don't have any crops at this stage, so we're definitely not going to get affected. I'm going to pull the road up to, let's do it till round about here. And now we can leave this open space we can use also then for decorative items. But I can see the planks are accumulating pretty quickly. I just need them to chop down some more trees for me. Because we need just logs, plain logs. And there we've got 2 villages that immigrated and a new baby born. So you can see here, if you've got access to routes, right, this is something that you've also got to remember. If you've got direct access to routes like I've got over here, the medicinal routes, your people are generally just way more healthy. So you don't have to worry too much about unlocking the knowledge here for this medical stuff. Obviously we do eventually want to get there, but it's not going to be as much of a priority. Right, so our market square is up and we've generated now another knowledge point. So let's just see here. I'm going to go... Yeah, I'm going to go for the sustainable farming. Let's go for that. Confirm. Right, and then we'll open up now this disease resistance. But in order for us to unlock this disease resistance, we need to also upgrade our town center to level 2, which is relatively easy. Okay, so in order for us to upgrade to level 2, we need at least 30 people in our town. We've got currently 21. Okay, there should be a whole influx of people coming in now since I've got the market up. So they did say there will be a whole bunch of people that will come in once that is up. So we'll probably see some people coming in now soon. But let's look at some of the other production buildings that we've got to set up over here. Okay, so we do need a tannery. Yes. So the tannery, I'm going to probably go ahead and place right next to the sawmill. We're going to also generate some knowledge points with this. So we're going to build that one. And the cobbler, yes. Okay, there we go. So you see, on cue, with the market square just being built, we've got another 7 people that came in. So we're only 2 people short of having the population that we need to upgrade the town center. I'm going to build myself the cobbler shop as well. And let's see. Compost yard. Not as big of a necessity at this stage. The basket shop here. This is probably my next go-to. So we can maybe go ahead and place it on this side. Yeah, I'm gonna just go for this. I'm gonna go ahead and just put it over there. Right, we've got now that extra knowledge point that we got from the tannery. Within another month, we're gonna get an additional knowledge point. So I must say, since they started out with the playtest for the 1.0, the knowledge generation does seem to look a lot better than it was. So I'm quite happy about that. Because at one stage, I feel like it was dragging unnecessarily. Right, we've got 2 people in the tannery. We've got 15 laborers available at our disposal. So we've got actually a lot of people that we can still assign to different jobs. But let's see here. Okay. Minus 15% work to produce the smoked meat. Yeah, you know what? I think I want to just go ahead and get that one. I'm going to just go for this one. And then we're going to upgrade this wood law even further. I highly rate that, the wood law. Like with the previous playthrough that I did, it really helped me tremendously with the food production. So there we got another knowledge point, so I'm just going to go ahead and add it there to the wood law. Right, so food is a problem at this stage. I'm just thinking now. We do have our 2 hunters, right? And we've got the forage shack. They should be producing enough food, but you know what? I'm gonna obviously have to step up my food production. So we can add ourselves a fishing hut over here. Let's just place it like that. Okay, and I'm going to change the work radius once it's done. And there we've got the cobbler shop now. Yeah, so we're going to use the pelt. We don't have that many. I do need to maybe look at another hunting spot that I can find. I remember seeing one here. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so we can probably look at adding another hunting cabin. I'm going to pull the road just through like this. We're going to have it right on the spot there. So let's just go ahead and place it. I think it's kind of important. So I just want to see how good they are with the smoking. So yeah, that's looking pretty good. One smokehouse seems to do the trick. Now I do want to get my town center up to tier 2 as quick as I can, so that we can also build ourselves a work camp. And the work camp I'm going to definitely set up right over here within the spot so that they can start chopping down the trees. We've got quite a bit of stone as well within this region, so that's going to really come in handy. Ooh, and we've got another salvage site. This is fantastic. Let's just see how many laborers. We've got 11 laborers, so you know what, I might as well just send them out. Right, let's maybe do 5 workers we can send out. And we can just get the salvage. You get such good items with these salvage sites. So I love the fact that we've got so many of them so close to our town. Okay, so as you can see, food is really a problem. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make my fishing spots. I'm going to have it right over here. A 240% production increase. Awesome stuff. Okay. Right, and we've got now another hunting cabin up here, over here. So I think we should get sorted out with our food pretty soon. Here's another hunting spot. And I didn't even see this, but we've got a big coal deposit over here. So we've got so many nice things all around us. And let's just maybe go ahead and extend another road out to this side. And we can place ourselves another forager. So I'm kind of like just living off the land at this stage. Now if we do start with the farming, oh my goodness, this is the only fertile spot. It's like right dead center where my town is. So I could move my farming. I can move down over here. Yeah, I suppose we can have our farming down below, but I'm gonna first do some scouting. Just make sure there's no danger down there. Can't really see what's happening. Yeah, we've got a lot of laborers still available. Let's just see for the salvage side. They haven't come to salvage anything yet, obviously because it was winter. And I think I've also got to make it a priority. So let's just make that a top priority. And I'm going to just mark more of these resources over here. And then we can also start scouting. So I'm going to just do an exploration point. Let's just do a few. I'm going to maybe just do 3 for now. Let's just do it like that. Just see what's happening down there. It says here the tannery is lacking water. I mean, the well is really not that far. But you know, just to give them the benefit of the doubt, let's just go ahead and build ourselves a well on this side. We don't really get that bonus. Okay. Well, then I'm going to then just go ahead and move it a little bit further down. So let's just go ahead and place it over here. I'm still waiting for those workers to get here to the salvage site. I mean, I do have enough workers, so I don't know why they are taking so long to get here. Alright, it doesn't look like there's any danger over here. Got even more hunting spots. Great stuff. Okay, cool. It's just like a whole bunch of resources, whole bunch of flat surface. So overall it's looking pretty good. Alright, they're starting the salvaging process over here. Got another knowledge point. Let's see. 15% health for the stockyards, storehouses and the town center. Yeah, you see, now I need to focus on getting this up as well, because this will help us to build palisades and then eventually the fortified walls and gates. So I think this should be also maybe a priority. Let's just do that. Get that going. Obviously at the beginning stages it's not really that big of a deal, but we want to have the stone walls or access to the stone walls once our population gets here to 200 or 300. Otherwise they will definitely take us out with a raid. Okay, so we've got 4 proper weapons. This is what I love about the salvage sites. You almost always get weapons. Got 1 crossbow. Got some hide coats, linen clothes. We've got a lot of pottery now. Got some extra gold and another knowledge point. Beautiful. Okay, so looks like you've got to really go out to look for these salvage sites. They encourage you to do that to get that extra knowledge points. Yeah, that's something that I didn't see while I was doing the playtest. So maybe that's something that I've just added recently. Yeah, so let's see. View distance. Tree felling. Ooh. Yeah, this will be pretty handy, hey? I feel like they are taking really long to get the trees down. So we're going to just go ahead and boost that one. Right, so we've got a basket shop, got the cobblers, and the next thing would be, I think, the Fletcher building. Yeah. So this we can set up right over here. Okay, we still require that 2 extra people to the town in order to upgrade our town center. We've almost got enough resources. So I think once we've got that population on the right level, we can immediately upgrade the town center. I do want to look at also adding some curves to my town, like just to make it not too blocky. But I've got to determine where the outside line of my city is going to be. So it's going to be kind of close to here. So I'm going to bring in some angles here just to make the town not look too square. We've got the population now that we need to upgrade the town center, so I'm going to immediately do that because we're going to get access to so many nice buildings, and especially the work camp, so that we can set it up maybe roundabout over here. We've got trees, we've got stone. Yeah, lots of good stuff. Okay, but we can maybe start in doing some decorations, because the decorations does also appeal to the immigrants. So let's see what we can add and where we can add it. So I think if we've got 2 medium gardens, and I do want to make them the same. So I'm going to see if we've got 2 medium gardens. I want to just rotate through them until I get the right one. There we go. I'm going to just do 2 medium gardens there for now. We don't have that much gold. And you can see for one of these small gardens it's 30 gold. So yeah, let's just start with 2 for now. Just bring the desirability up a little bit. Now the next thing that I do want to do is I'm going to make a block of houses, and this one is going to have 9 houses. Right, so we're going to do it like this. 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to make it in a perfect square. We're going to have one little square in the middle. And that square in the middle we're going to use for the shrine. Alrighty, we are on tier 2. And upgrading your town center will also give you knowledge. Building a shrine will give you knowledge. So we're going to build a shrine over there. And if you were wondering, yes, they can access the shrine, even though it's in between all of the houses. That's the good thing. So there we go. We're going to do it like that. Okay, so we need plenty of wood. I'm going to just go ahead and color in some more trees. Just let them keep on chopping down. Right, here we go. Yeah, we do need some extra stone, seems like it. I just want to make sure I did color in all of these stones. Okay, that's it. And food is looking good at this stage. So I think between the 2 forages and the 3 hunting cabins that we've got, I think that is going to keep us going for quite some time. We've got our 2 gardens, so you can see the desirability. Oh, it hasn't gone up really that much, but yeah, it does help. Okay, so let's see here. So now we've got access to more of the tech. So all of the tech that's here between these 2 lines where the 2 is. So we can get access to those ones. This is lovely. 5 damage for the soldiers and 12 armor additional. So this is something that I also want to get access, open up soon. And then just see unlock the blacksmith forge. Okay, great. It does look like they restructured some of the stuff from the last time I did the playtest. Yeah, it does look like it. There's a few subtle adjustments with the tech tree, but it does look like it's a little bit more streamlined. 20% yield from compost production. Ooh. That's also a nice one. Silviculture. 20% tree regrowth. Yeah, so many good stuff, eh? So now... increase disease resistance to all crops. It's so hard to determine what you want to open up next. For rat catchers, the well, that's something that we need to do also. That's really a top priority. Let's maybe do this. Increase our base knowledge generation. We want to get that going relatively early in the game. Yeah, so you can see within 2 months we're going to get some more knowledge. Okay, now at least the shrine, once that is up, that's going to also give us some extra desirability. Alrighty, and now I'm going to look at adding my trading post. And the trading post, it's a good idea to have your trading post close to where all your storage is. So I'm going to maybe go ahead and place my trading post over here. It's kind of like also creating like this layer between my industrial area and the residential area. I feel it's good to have the trading post over here because I think they do take some of the goods directly from the trading post to the markets. So yeah, I think it's good to have it in between your storages and your markets. See, the wood production really sucks. We've only got 6 laborers available now, currently, so I think that's also part of the reason. Let's see, resources. Okay, we need a wagon shop in order to open up the work camp. So let's just get that going then. Workshop? Wagon shop, I mean. Yeah, I'm gonna place it right over there. I think that's a good location for it. 3 new villagers immigrated. Great, so we've got those extra laborers. And they must just skedaddle and get all of this wood. See, another knowledge point. Okay. Paper press. Yeah, that's something we also want to get going early because we're going to use that for the academy. We need to have that paper production. But obviously I need the flax crop fields also before I can even think of that. Minus 20% work to produce planks. I feel really tempted to do this. But also here, minus 10% for all of this advanced production. Let's maybe start with this one, okay? There we go. They definitely restructured a lot of the technology from the time I did the 1.0 playtest. And that was a little bit more than a month ago, so yeah, they did do some work. But I like it. There's definitely way more of a flow. I actually had a villager that died now from exposure. Yeah, it was obviously just really cold and they couldn't get back to home in time. So I haven't even placed my graveyard yet, so that is a little bit of a problem. Yeah, now to just figure out where to place it. I kind of like also place it here where my production buildings are. I'm thinking I just want to do that maybe. We do a graveyard like here, not too big. Maybe just up to there. There we go. And then we've got to then just prioritize this because that person's body is like laying there and it can cause health issues and other problems. So yeah, you do want to get this going as soon as you can. Or just don't be like me. Just go straight ahead and just build yourself a small graveyard. Even if you've just got a capacity of, let's say, 20 people, then that's fine. You do want to get going with that. So I'm just also prioritizing the stone collection over here. Harvest resource, there we go. Because we do take a lot of stone just to get the graveyard up. We're still waiting for that shrine to be built. Obviously because of the lack of stone. Let's just harvest there. Okay, I've just made all of that a priority now. Yeah, the wagon shop and the trading post is coming along. It's getting there. Let's just see how desirability has been boosted quite a bit. Oh man. These guys, they really need to get this body away. Got a new villager. And a new villager born. Yeah, see, if you leave a rotting corpse over there, people can get really sick, so... There we go. Alright. And for this one, we've got a capacity of 96. That's pretty decent. Are we already in year 4? Oh, we just entered year 4. Wow. Okay. Let's see here. Yield from candle production. Foundry. Ooh, this is so nice. Minus 10% work from firewood, pottery, linen, and soap. What a nice one to have. Yes. We're going to take that. And now from here you can see the knowledge points are starting to take much longer. So we're going to only automatically generate the next knowledge point within 8 months. Unless... Let's see here. Okay, the shrine's going to be built, so we're going to get a point from that. And then we can also get a point from the school. Now that reminds me, we need to set up the clay pit over here. So once we've got the clay, then we can set up our school as well. And that will also lure a lot of immigrants. Okay, we're still waiting for that wagon shop. Okay, so we should prioritize this now also. It's getting there. And then we can set up our clay pit. Okay, so they're going to finish up with the shrine now. So we're going to get some extra technology. Good. 25% work to produce shoes. Okay, I'm going to just go ahead and do that one. That is pretty important. So looking at the resources now, yeah, we've got a decent amount of pelts. Got a lot of smoked meat. In fact, that's the only thing that's sustaining us at this stage. A lot of herbs. So I would say my primary selling point at this stage, or my main item to use as a trading item, would be my herbs. Fortunately, there's a lot of traders that does buy herbs. So I'm quite happy with that. And the fact that I also got some heavy tools from that salvage site. That is going to be a tremendous help just to get us going. So I feel like it's time to just do a little bit of extra exploring again. I'm going to just maybe send my workers out to all of these points. I like to just gradually open up the map. Unless I've got a lot of laborers at hand. Then I don't mind. Then I just go wild with them. I send them in as far as I can. Okay, so we've got the wagon shop up now. So we're going to set up our clay pit. Right over there. 3,600 clay. Oh, we've got... Ooh, this is a big one. I might want to get rid of this one. Oof. Oof, oof, oof. Cancel, cancel, cancel. Okay, let's rather... It's gonna suck to have the clay pit over here. But it's better to have it set up here now. And just kind of get it done. You know, just get rid of all the clay over here so that we can expand our town. It will take a pretty long time though. But I think it's better to just have it over there. Now we can also access our work camp, which is great. So I'm going to place it. Got good fertility levels over here. Yeah. But this is pretty important. If we want to replant the trees. There we go. Right, so once the work camp is up, look at this. We've got some really nice stone deposits over here. So this will really keep us going for a while. Got 12 laborers and we need at least 6, okay, to function normally. So I can definitely see my stones are not a problem anymore. But now having these dedicated laborers to just cut trees, that's going to really come in handy. Okay, trading posts is going up. And then I'm definitely going to start selling some herbs. That will be my first thing. Oh wow, these traders come in so quick. I mean, when the trading post was set up, look at them, they're just all flocking in at the same time. We're definitely gonna get some interested buyers for the herbs. So, what I want to do, let's just get that going now. The herbs, oops. Here we go. Herbs, transfer items. So I'm gonna go ahead and transfer, let's do 220. Yeah, let's do 220. So let's just see here. We're definitely going to get someone that's going to buy herbs. I'm sure of it. Actually not. Nobody that's interested in buying herbs. Okay, I stand corrected. And this is pretty cool. Okay, now this was something that I also didn't see within the 1.0 playtest. Is that you can buy a tome of knowledge. Fantastic. It's obviously very pricey, with good reason. But it's not going to make it as complicated now to just get that extra knowledge points. I felt like when I did the playtest it was unnecessarily complicated. But yeah, it does look better now. So if we want to really do a trade at this stage, now I think I'm gonna just leave it for now. Yeah, let's just leave it for now. We've even got a few weapons, so I'm not gonna bother in trading with anything at this stage. And there we've got some extra villagers that immigrated. Okay, the work camp is up. I'm gonna add another 2 workers here. Now what I want to do is I want to make a ratio. Let's maybe make it a 2-to-1 ratio between the wood and the stone. And our working area will be round about over here. Okay, so that we can access these stone deposits as well. Okay, but all in all, it's looking good. We can start now with our pottery. So the pottery, I'm going to place over here. And then the soap shop, yes. This is the other one that we want to get going. So this will definitely work right over here. And we'll then just generate another extra knowledge point. Got our first clay there, so let's just see for the school. It's also going to cost us... No, it's not actually costing us any maintenance. Funny enough, but the temple is. You would think it's the other way around. Oh my goodness. Okay. At least he attacked my hunting cabin and not my villagers. The hunters might actually take him out. No. Okay, good. There he goes. Okay, so let's see. For the school, we need 30 clay. And 150 gold. Okay. We'll probably have to wait till the next year to build the school, but that's fine. At least we've got our dedicated workers now here for both the wood and for the stone. And there we've got our pottery now. Oh, he's coming back again. So bloody cheeky. I've damaged him so much and he decided to just attack again. Let's maybe add 3 workers here for the clay pits. And for now, I'm going to just do 1 worker here for the pottery. Okay, so let's see. Right, in order for us to unlock all of these other stuff, I'm going to have to open up the next rank. So, yes, let's do that. I definitely find it more fun to work with the knowledge. The waste is becoming a problem now, so I need to look for a spot for my compost yard. Resources, there we go. Compost yard, and I'm gonna go ahead and just put it up here. Just put it down here. There we go. Let's just make it a priority. Because yeah, as you can see here, residents are complaining about unsanitary conditions. Okay, so we're gonna get the compost yard up soon. At least we also have the soap shop, which is gonna help with the general hygiene. Let's just fast forward this. Okay, so from here I'm also building up my clay so that then we can obviously set up that school. I need to look at adding some defenses. At least 1 tower, I would say. I know with the first raid, I actually only use my hunters to attack the first raiders. My hunters are pretty efficient with those first raiders, with the very first attack. I think you've got like 5 or 6 raiders. So that's fine, and your town center can kind of also help. So yeah, let me put the lookout tower over here. Right where the storage is. Obviously this is like a priority, and it's also kind of defending the trading post. Right, okay, the compost yard is up. So they can just get rid of all that stuff, all the gunk. Hostile bands of raiders have been spotted, roaming the outskirts of the lands. Be prepared in case they attack the settlement. Yes. That is literally just what I thought. That is why I'm setting up the tower. Now, I'm short of workers. So, I need to take away some workers from different locations. So I'm going to take away one worker here from the saw pit. And yeah, let's just leave it like this for now. So in order to build a school, just want to check again, we need 60 planks, 150 gold and 30 clay. Okay. Yeah, that's not going to work. Gotta wait a little while longer. Let's just see, we do have another knowledge point, so we need to access that. Minus 10%. Oh, I've already got the one, okay. Deep wells. 30% fish replenishment. Also not bad. Tree regrowth. 6 more. Ooh, let's do this one. Now we're going to get a lot of resources from the foragers. So I'm going to still wait a while before I'm going to set up my farming fields. So I just want to extend the road down. Let's see, okay, we do have wildlife that's roaming all around. So I'm definitely going to have to fence out the crop fields. Let's just see again where the fertile lands are. Right. I've got to now determine where I'm going to do the border of the city. So I think, you know, let's maybe just decide to border it right over here. So this is where the one wall of my city is going to be. And I'm going to bring it up. I'm going to bring it up with an angle. Like I say, I don't want to make it completely square like I normally do. We're going to make it a little bit more interesting and not so blocky. But then I can start laying out my crop fields right over here. So in fact, I do want to add another road. Just do it like so. So this little space here in the middle is where we're going to have our city wall. Yeah, let's see. So what we can do is we can probably sell some shoes. I see every trader has got a tome of knowledge that we can buy. Not a priority as of yet, but let's just sell some shoes. I would love to buy some tools, and actually I would love to buy a heavy tool. So you know what, maybe I should just go ahead and sell some extra shoes because we are getting good money for it. So yeah, let's just bring it up a little bit more. Gotta still keep enough shoes out, obviously, for the people. Just want to see something. Let's explore this area. Want to make sure there's no other salvage points. Let's see, we've got 7 available laborers. I'm gonna just let them explore a little bit further. Let's just do it like that. And there maybe. Yeah, so you can see also we've got a sand deposit, only 1,700. Oh, that sucks. Alrighty, so we've got our shoes that we can sell. Let's just sell that off. And I'm definitely going to just purchase another heavy tool. Buy and transfer. Okay. Let's just purchase a few tools. And the rest of the gold I'm going to transfer to my treasury, to my town storage. Now we've got enough gold for the school. And we've nearly got enough resources to build it as well. So I'm going to maybe just go ahead and look for a spot. I think this would be a pretty cool spot for it. I'm going to set it up here. And then what we can do, right next to the school, we can do like 2 decorative pathways. That's just going to also the garden trail. Yeah. So this is going to also just boost the desirability. And we can just extend the road down. Here we go. Now, I want to just see if this trader over here, if they're going to maybe buy some herbs from us. I'm hoping so. And they've also given us the ability now to upgrade one of the basic wells. I don't think I'm going to do it. I'm going to just keep those resources out for more pressing needs. Okay, let's see here. We can sell clothes if we want to, although I'm not even producing clothes yet, so I'm not going to bother with that. And then if they ever decide to buy willow from us, we can also sell the willow. Okay, so there's nothing else that's looking like of any interest for me. I'm hoping to find another salvage site. Nope. Oh, they still need to explore. Okay, yeah. We don't have enough laborers, so that's a problem. So you can see with this little symbol here at the top, if you didn't know, it will show you what the current climate is. So you can see there it's extremely hot. So that can also cause problems. Like with people getting sunstroke or something like that. I think I have had villages that has had that before. But yeah, food is looking so good. I mean, let's just see, we've got 8 months worth of food. A lot of smoked meat. That one single smokehouse is really doing its job, and we've got some nuts and plenty of fruit, plenty of berries. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, we've got some extra knowledge points, and we also had some people that immigrated. Let's just see what we can upgrade. I'm thinking of unlocking the paper press, right? Let's maybe just go ahead and do that. I'm gonna unlock the paper press. And I just want to see something here. So we can place the academy, although it's gonna cost us 500 gold. And there is a monthly cost to it as well. And there's the paper press, yeah. So I'm probably not going to produce paper in quite some time, but I feel like it's just something that I need to have already. And you can see this, we've got houses now that's starting to upgrade because of our desirability has actually reached the level now that where they can go to the tier 2 houses. So we need at least 30% desirability. Yeah, so we've got that. Now this is good. Because these tier 2 houses produce way more tax than your entry level houses. Now we've got 9 laborers available, so you can see they starting to do the scouting. Villagers stricken with dehydration. Ooh, 12 people. Don't mind if I do. Okay, so yeah, this is also part of when you get like this droughts or whatever, or droughts or heat, then you can get people that will suffer from dehydration. Although we do have enough water points. I think so. So we just unlocked some extra tech, but I'm gonna just leave it for now. Okay, seeing that we've got now all these extra laborers, I'm going to assign maybe another one here to the clay pits, and we can then maybe have 2 people That's a pottery. Well, let's make it 3. And then I'm gonna make it 4 or 5. Let's do 5 for the clay pit, and we can add another person here for the soap shop. Let's just see how many laborers we've got left. 16. Okay. So let's do another person by the saw pit and another person by the tannery. So you've got to just systematically add workers. Make sure you fully staff all of the places over time, but don't use all of your workforce. Keep those laborers out. So I keep an eye on this tab the whole time. So I think at this stage we can now open up the minimap, and we can kind of like just keep it open just to see what's happening. Now you can see they've explored here. Now we've got an excavation site over here, which we can get like a relic once we've got the temple also up. Not a priority yet. And let's just do some more scouting. Seeing I've got now that extra laborers, we can just scout a little bit, open up some more territory. I hope I don't bump into any bandit camps. Yeah, just want to kind of open up it a little bit further. Right, and for the next knowledge, the healer's house. Ooh, yeah. Yeah. I think this is going to be something that we need to start getting now. Right, and we've got a teacher assigned. That's fine. Just look how crazy, like all these clay deposits on the minimap here at the bottom left. It's so much clay. I should just invest in or use my clay also as a trading commodity. Oh, I did bump into bandits there. Fortunately, the villager survived. Okay, so we've got a camp over here. So we've got to just keep that in mind. I think what I want to do for my next knowledge point that I'm going to get, I'm going to use it to strengthen my soldiers. So which is this one, the soldier training. So we get some extra damage and some extra armor from the soldiers. Yeah, that will work. So now currently with our advanced production, we've got our pottery and we've got the soap that's going. We still need to do our clothing production and the candle production. So let's maybe start adding our first crop fields, right? What I also like to do when I place my crop fields, I like to build the apiaries kind of like also on the crop fields, because you do get a big boost in production if you've got it on there. 5 to 10. Let's do 5 by 8. Or no. Let's do maybe 5 by 10. Why not? Let's do it like that. At least my food is doing well. 82% supplied. Okay, it's not the greatest actually, but you can see everything is good here at the top with the general happiness. 115% work rate, 114% birth rate, 110% immigration, 117% combat efficiency. Okay, great. So I've got to probably look at where I want to add a barracks. I'm probably going to move it around on a later stage again. But now first thing is we do need some gold. A lot of these structures that we're going to build is going to require a lot of gold. So we need to get our trading going. At least we've got some decent items now that we can trade. Between the hide coats, the shoes, and the pottery. Then of course the soap as well. So yeah, no, we've got a lot of stuff going. I should probably add another builder over here, I think. Our population is getting to that level where we do need another builder. So I can't see any other things. We've got, I want to see, is that, oh, that's just wild boars that we've got here. And at the top, got some iron over there. Nothing else really. Okay. So we've got now our next trader that came, and they are willing to buy shoes and soap, although they do give a little bit more for the soap. Let's just maybe sell a few shoes, and I'm gonna just keep it in the storage. And I want to just see, once we've got another trader that's gonna come in, just want to see if they're gonna offer a better amount for these items. Let's just do that. 22 soap. I'm gonna do it like that. So I'm gonna keep it in storage. You can see there that it's 74 days before they depart again, and then we can also sell some planks. I might as well just sell a few planks to them as well. Our plank production is looking pretty good at this stage, so I'm going to just keep it with 4 workers now. We will get our next knowledge point within 4 months, and then you can see I've set up another fishing shack over here because during the winter times I see that we are struggling a little bit with the food. So yeah, just thought we might need that extra resources until we've got the crop fields going, and until we have a whole bunch of extra villagers in the town. I'm gonna just have to maybe produce some extra meat. Maybe another hunting cabin will also be a good idea. And we've got plenty of stuff to forage on this side. There's another hunting spot. I just want to see, we've got 9 laborers available now. I think 3 or 4 of that 9 laborers are going to work by this crop field on this side. So I've got to just keep that in consideration. Yeah, we've got another trader coming in. So let's just check this out. They're going to depart within 38 days. So they are not interested in the same stuff. So badly want to sell my herbs. I was really thinking at this stage we would have more, let's call it herb dealers. Sounds dodgy, but yeah, I was hoping that some people would at least buy a few more extra herbs from me. Let's maybe go ahead and sell, I'm gonna go ahead and sell 40. Yeah, so we can sell 40 of the pots, and I'm gonna go ahead and sell my shoes and my soap to this first trader. And then we can also sell that excess amount of planks. And I just want to also see, they don't have anything of interest for me. Not that much really. They do sell stone. However, it's super expensive, so I'm not going to go for that. Yeah, I'm going to only focus on selling the items, just building up my gold. There we go. Alright, so now I've got 1,000 gold in storage, which is great. I'm not sure if we're going to get a third trader that's going to come in. I'll just keep the gold in the trading post for now, just to see if we do get any other traders. If not, I'm going to just transfer all of that gold to my town storage, and then we've got enough gold then to build our academy. So I think I should maybe get that going. Yeah, it's 500 gold for the academy. It's 8 gold maintenance. So we are producing enough gold now through the tax. So what I would like to do, I would actually like to give like a designated spot for the academy to kind of make it stand out like a monument. So what I'm thinking of doing is placing it roundabout over here. Just like that, and we can then fill out the rest of the open spots around it, like with decorations. I think I'm gonna go for that. Yeah. But now that I'm seeing that we require so much more stone, I'm considering if I should purchase that stone. However, we've got a big chunk over here, so maybe not. Maybe not. Let's leave the zone for now. Right, so we've got 3 workers now that's going to be assigned here to the crop fields, which will be fine for now. And we're going to just go ahead and work the ground and also place the clovers in between just to get that fertility level up, and then also to get rid of the weeds and also the rocks. Okay, cool. Now from here we need to look at adding ourselves a granary. We're gonna eventually need a couple of these. So let's see, grain crops. Oh my goodness. Okay, we're gonna need to unlock that technology. Just want to see where do we unlock the grain crops? Oh, it's right up here. Man, that sucks. Okay, so I'm gonna need another 2 knowledge points before I can even unlock the grain crops. Okay, so I'm not gonna worry about that then. What we can do is maybe add ourselves a vault. So let's place it over here. We're within range of the town, the tower, the watchtower. Move it this way around. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna definitely have to open this up. Here we go. And then from there we can then unlock the grains. We're lacking a little bit on the labor account again. Just want to see what we require to boost the immigration level. So we do need extra food. So now I'm thinking, yeah, we should maybe just add another hunter here at the bottom. So let's do that. I'm gonna place another hunting cabin. We do have plenty of stone here at the bottom, which is great, even here. Yeah, we shouldn't really have any issues with stone. We've got good iron deposits here. Not great, but it's not bad. And then, oh, we do have the infinite one on this side, okay. And I like the fact that the infinite deposit is a little bit closer to the base. That's going to also really come in handy on a later stage. So let's just prioritize this, let them get that done. Right, so here we go. We're going to place this hunter over here. And they're also going to start harvesting this now. Or I'm going to let them start harvesting this. Just to let us build up our stone. And then once we've got enough stone, I'm going to place the academy. And as I've mentioned, I want to maybe look at placing it over here. Leave a pretty big space open for it just to add some extra decorative items in between. I want to really, this time I want to focus on really making it look nice. I'm going to also go ahead and prioritize the vault. So yeah, if we've got a vault, it just opens up so much more space for the storehouse. So you can see that gold, it does take up a lot of storage. Okay, so yeah, I think the food is pretty stable at this stage. I've got now the 2 fishing shacks. Let's just see here. So yeah, plenty of berries, good amount of smoked meat, and plenty of nuts. I want to see if I can do maybe like a 3rd forager somewhere. Definitely not on that side. If I'm going to do a 3rd one, it would be probably more towards this side. So, but then we're also going to just get a whole bunch of roots basically, and herbs. Which isn't bad, but I want to focus more on the food side of things. So we have our first raiders approaching now, so what I like to do, I actually like to assemble my hunters and just use them basically to help defend the town. So you can see they're coming here from the bottom. So I'm going to just speed it up a little bit. I'm going to wait until the raiders get a little bit closer. And then once they are close enough, I'm going to then assemble my hunters.
Hello there.
So we've got this one over here, not too far away. I'm just going to speed it up a little bit. We've got a hunter on this side, and then we've got our 2 hunters over here. So I think if I've got my 3 hunters, I think that should be sufficient just to fend off this first raider attack. So let's do this.
Yes?
I'm going to send this
Okay,
hunter.
then.
Let's send him towards this side. I'm going to let him assemble over here. And this one
Aye.
we're going to also bring.
Work to be done. Work to be done.
Oh no, sorry, it's not. I don't want to use the forager. Never mind.
Yes?
Here we go. Yeah, you can see we've got our 2 hunters over here. I think that should be fine if I've got my 2 hunters. Ooh, okay, no. We're gonna need another one.
Hello.
Yeah, so we're gonna need our... I'm gonna use the 3 hunters to help defend us. Oh my goodness. Okay, so the raiding parties are bigger than they used to be. I don't know if we're going to be able to take them out. I'm hoping so. Here we go. Okay, there we go. I actually meant I managed to fend them off. I think I am going to lose this one villager though. Yeah. I think I'm going to lose this one villager. So this is definitely now a priority for me to set up a barracks. For sure. Now I did unlock the healer's house. Let me just see here. But I know it's the monthly expenses for the healer's house is very expensive. Yeah, so you can see that it's 25 coin. Oh man. Yeah, unfortunately we're gonna lose this guy. Sorry, Hawk. Oh, Hawk. You fought a good fight, but I will not be able to save you. Right, let's just see if we can trade at least something. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. Right, so let's just wait for the next trader again. Our crop fields are almost ready. I think within the next year we should be able to start planting our first crops. And that's definitely going to help us to just get that food production up. Ideally, I would probably need to place myself a granary, or not a granary, a cellar on this side for the crops. But yeah, maybe a granary also. We need to get our cellars and granaries on this side. Just having it closer to the crop fields, I think that would be a good thing. Now what I also need to do is I need to start fencing this out. Let's see here, roads and fencing. So only one new villager, unfortunately. let's pull it up like so. Drag it through here. I'm gonna set up the fences now. I'm just thinking, how many of these crop fields do I want in a block? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. One up. Okay, then we're gonna pull it towards this side. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 4, 5. Yeah, I think we can do 6 in this block. I'm gonna just do 6 maybe. Right, so we can just add some gates. 1, 2, 3. We can always extend it on a later stage, but I'm gonna just go for that so that we've got enough space for the 6 crop fields. So I want to start fencing it out immediately, yeah, because you can see we've got deer on this side, and then we've got the deer over here. So they're gonna wreak absolute havoc if they can get into our crop fields. So we need to close it off. Okay, so the labor count is low. I'm going to maybe take away one of the workers here from the saw pit, and maybe let's take one of the people away. Actually, we can take 2 away from the clay pit. Our clay production is looking really good. We don't need that much in any case now, so we can keep that extra laborers available. Yeah, I don't know, like with the wells, it's really crazy like how high the demand is for the wells at this stage. So yeah, wells are never underrated or overrated. You can place as many wells as you want. Right, we're gonna go for the next one. Now from here we can open up the grain crop fields. So once we get our next knowledge point, I'm gonna definitely go for the grains. We need to get that going because obviously food is dwindling. Let's also see where I can add my arborist. So the nice thing about the arborist is that the wildlife, they don't bother with the fruit trees, so right, so let's go ahead and place our arborist. I'm gonna place it right over here. We can maybe do 2 of them right next to each other, but I'm gonna just first place the one. Right, so I'm starting to produce my own crops now. So from here, what I'm going to do, I'm going to just set up the next 2 years. I still need to unlock the grains. So I think what we can do is for the second year, we can put the flax, and then for the third year, we can do the grains. I'll just leave it open for now, but we will have grains over here. And let's just see. Oh my goodness. This bear has been attacking now multiple times. There we go.
Work to be done.
Over the whole course of the winter, this bear has been coming and going, and he's so badly wounded, and then he just keeps on coming back. Alright, he did actually manage to kill one of my villagers, unfortunately. And we're still struggling with that labor count, but for me, usually this transition from having the village just under 100 population, this is usually the most difficult part for me, because you're really lacking in the laborers. So you can see currently, let's see here, we've got basically 45 people that can work effectively. So we either need to get a whole bunch of extra villagers in, or we need our children to grow up. And there you can see 56 is fit to work. So the adolescents, they can also work. So we need those children. We've got 10 children that needs to grow up, that can, before they'll be able to also work in the village. But I'm really hoping we get a big batch of villagers that will come in. So now currently I've got my turnips over here, and then I'm doing the clover fields and then the peas. So I think this is gonna just help us with the food now, once that gets going. So let's see what the traders have got for us. So we can sell shoes and we can sell the pottery. So I definitely think both of them are a priority. Can sell plenty of both of those. And then I can also sell some wood, or some planks rather. So our plank production is doing phenomenal. And then what we can do here, we can, oh, I don't know if I want to purchase these tools. They're super expensive. And I was considering getting the smoked fish, but that's also really pricey. The only thing I might consider is the shields. And you know, speaking of that, let's just look for a spot where we can place our barracks. The fences, so yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and place the barracks just right over here. We can move it on a later stage again, but I'm gonna just put it down over there. So you can see they starting with the fencing here. The deer, they're trying to come in now. But we'll deal with them. We'll deal with them. And I just want to start planting my apples over here. And yes, I do specifically want to plant the apples, because the apples last longer than the other fruits. I don't know if they changed it, but yeah. As far as I'm aware, the apples, they last longer. So I'm gonna just go for the apples. And we can make a pretty big orchard. Now another thing about the fruit is they don't last long. So ideally you want to turn them into jam or preserves, as they call it. But we're gonna just get started with this in anyways. Here we go. Had a pretty big orchard. I think we did fit everything in nicely. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, so I'm gonna just keep the one for now. Yeah, you can see the deer, they are starting to chow away on our vegetables. So we need to get this fencing done. It's progressing nicely. But I want to maybe just tell them to prioritize this. Okay, so let's just prioritize these ones. The ones that's the closest to the actual spawning point. Ooh, we still need to sell this, mustn't forget. Okay, right. There we go. There's all the pots. And the planks. Okay. That's fine. We're still waiting for the shoes. There's still time to get that there. They're only departing in 32 days. There we go. Okay, good. Crops lost to rot. That's new. That has never happened to me, actually. I think that happens maybe if they take too long to harvest it. Yeah, that's possible. Once I get the extra villagers into my town, I'm going to assign some more workers here. Because now currently we've only got 3 and we can have up to 6 workers per crop field. Right, so let's just see here. With this trader we can... we can actually buy some beans, which I think I want to do maybe. It's really cheap, so I'm gonna buy... just buy and transfer 65 maybe. And then we can sell some of our soap to this person. And we've got now plenty of gold. So I just want to transfer some of that to our town storage. Just do it like that. Here we go. And you know, maybe we should look at adding some extra decorations. There we go. Okay, that's all I'm going to do for now. So yeah, we can look at adding some extra decorations because I think this will also lure some more people in. Medium plaza. Right, so this is where our academy is going to be. In fact, let's maybe set up the academy. Just start building it at least. Yeah, so I'm going to place it around about here. And we can now just bring a road up towards this side. Here we go. Decorations, and I'm going to do the plazas. We can do in the front. Just like so. Actually, sorry. Let me do this. Take away this plaza. There we go. And then we can do a road right in the middle. That's it. Okay, so I think what I want to do is I want to prioritize the barracks. I'm gonna just do that, and once we get that extra wave of immigrating people, oh, here we go. Just talking about them. Okay, so we're gonna use some of these people that came in now. I'm gonna maybe just assign 2 or 3 of them to be soldiers. I think if we've got 3, it should be fine. Yeah, 3 or 4, I would say. And then after I've done the grain research, right, so which allows us to plant the grains, I'm gonna go for this one to make our soldiers stronger, the soldier training. Definitely want to get that one also going, and then I think we should be good or able to defend ourselves. Right, so the barracks is up, and we can just start training some soldiers. So let's just see here. We've got 14 laborers available, and we need at least 10. So yeah, let's maybe do 3 soldiers. We've only got enough income in anyways just to cover for 3 soldiers. Recruitment monthly, so it's gonna be 16, 22. Ooh, it's gonna be slightly not enough to pay for them, although I've got enough capital in my treasury. Yeah, let's just go for the 3 maybe. So I'm gonna do 2 light infantry and 1 archer. So now you can see, this is what I spoke of, the military banners, where you can toggle it on or off. So if you press on it, it will show you all the armies that you've got available with the banner here at the bottom. But if it's in your way or if it's bothering you, you can just toggle it off. But I think I'll keep it on. Just having the 1 there, it's not as big of a deal. Okay, so here we can see, here comes our first soldier. So I definitely need to look at getting them shields as well. And especially if I'm considering taking on the bandit camp, I'm definitely going to need my shields before the time. So right over here, now I've got my plazas with the road that's leading to the academy. And then what I was thinking also, once I go to the next tier for the town center, I'm going to build the ornamental trees. That's going to be here on the corners. I think that's going to make it look pretty nice. You see, we've got a villager that's been stricken with frostbite. It's usually not that serious. Usually. Yeah, there we go. Already cured. So we're gonna get that 1 knowledge point now. There we go. So I'm gonna now use that just to unlock the grains. Here we go. So now we can set up our grain farm for the 3rd year. Let's see, grain, and I'm gonna just go for the rye. I would say. It does look like they've increased the yield for the rye. Like more than what it was, definitely. I'm glad about that. Okay, good. Okay, so we'll have our first grain products up. And I think we can then maybe also just start by setting up another crop field. Do 5 by 10. There we go. So we're going to fit in 6 of those. And then if I do need to, I can extend it towards this side. Going to open it up. I'm going to also very soon maybe just get myself another orchard over here for the apples. But our food is definitely looking much better this winter. So the academy has been set up now, and yeah, it's pretty cool. So from here you can see now we've got 2 villages that's already assigned here. We still have enough laborers. We need at least 10, so I'm going to just keep it like that. But you can see here that they're showing that we don't have paper, so it's slowing down the progress of the new discoveries, but it's still much faster than it was. So within 6 months we're going to get a new discovery. And yeah, we're going to obviously set up the paper mill also. We are going this year, you can see we're producing our first flax. Right, and so for that, from that flax we'll be able to produce the paper. So let's just see, the paper mill, it's also got a big effect on the desirability. So, I don't really want to build it on the clay deposit. Let's just maybe set it up somewhere over here. Where's my... I just want to see where's the well. More towards this side. Okay, well, you know what? Let's rather set it up over here. Ooh, we need bricks. Damn. Okay, well, that's not going to work. We're going to have to wait for a trader. I forgot that it uses the bricks. We'll have to wait for a trader to bring us some bricks. There we've got 4 new laborers, or 4 new villagers, which we can use as laborers. I need 5 builders now. I did take away one of the builders before. I had 5 and then I was like really low on laborers, so I'm just gonna have to add it back now. But let's just see when these first traders come, what we can get. It's so funny, like initially I said we're gonna get the herbs. Because they usually trade a lot of herbs, but that must have also changed with more recent updates. But you can see here, I really do need to sell the herbs. It's taking up so much of my storage. In fact, I'm going to also assign another worker here to the basket shop, so that they can use more of the willow. Let's check this out. Okay, here we go. So I can sell some of my baskets. I'm only getting 6 coin. That's kind of low. We're getting a very good price for shoes and for planks. So let's maybe go ahead and sell some planks. And for the shoes, mustn't go too crazy now, but let's maybe go for 24. We can build that up pretty quickly again. And then we're going to definitely need some weapons. Let's just maybe purchase... let's just purchase 4 buy and transfer. I do need some bricks, but they don't have any bricks, so crops ready for assignment. Okay, let's see here. Right, so we're gonna go through the same process. We're gonna just have to work the ground for 2 or 3 years just to clear everything, the weeds and the rocks. The fertility is not looking bad actually. I did place it on a good spot. And see, it's one of the most fertile spots actually within this whole region. Yeah, we lost some herbs and medicinal roots there. Let's see, we can maybe... let's maybe add another worker on this side. Feel like we're not getting the goods to the trading post quick enough. There we go. Wow, that's really good money. Just for that couple of shoes. So let's see, this trader. Okay, they do purchase spots. It's not as big of a deal at this stage. Okay, so nothing of interest for me. I'm gonna just sell these planks. There we go. Right. So what I'm thinking of doing is just adding some more houses also here. I'm gonna make another block of 8 houses. Now they're going to be slightly outside of the range of the market, so we're not gonna get like a tax income if they occupy these houses. Unless we build another market. But I'm not gonna worry about that for now. I just want to open up that extra space. I think if we've got extra housing available, it might also appeal to more potential immigrants. Yeah, we got some more people that came in here. And food supply is looking pretty stable now. So let's just see with the desirability. Yeah, we've got some of the houses that's going over 40 now already, which is great. For the next tier, let me just see. For the next tier, we're going to need a 60% desirability. Okay, but there's a whole bunch of structures that we can upgrade, like for example the shrine, the well, market. Yeah, a whole bunch of goodies that we can upgrade to get that desirability also up, and then we can also then obviously build those statues. Okay, there we've got the flax production going. And so with the flax also being available, we can now build ourselves a flagpole. Something small. But you know what, maybe I should place the flagpoles here instead of the trees. I'm not sure which side is front and which side is back. Oh my word. Okay, now how do you determine which is which? Okay, well, you know what? I'm gonna just have to place them and rearrange them after they've been placed. Okay, so with this next knowledge points, like I've mentioned, I definitely want to strengthen my soldiers. The raids are bigger than they were before, the initial raids at least. Okay, so I've added myself another forager over here because of food. We just need to get the second crop field going. I think then it's going to be fine. But we've got raiders attacking now. So what I want to do is I'm going to maybe go ahead and add myself another light infantry. We've got the extra workers. So yeah, let's just do that. We've got these raiding parties that's attacking now. So I'm hoping that I've got enough defenses over here.
At once.
So let's see. Oh, here they come. Oh my word. There's a lot of them. There's so many. So I think what I want to do is I'm going to go for this raiding party here at the bottom. Yeah, let's just go for them.
It will be done.
The initial raiding parties are so much bigger than they were.
Aye.
Let's see.
Need something?
But they're probably going to take out my workers. Yeah.
At once.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, Okay, let's just ring the bell over here.
Right away.
I've got one of my soldiers that fell. Oh,
As you
man.
command.
What? We have a predator also attacking here. Oh no. That's a bandit.
As you command. At once.
Okay, so we actually lost. We're gonna lose that soldier, and we did lose the 2 villagers. Looks like it. Oh man. Retreat to garrison. Okay, we're gonna really have to step up to the fences. Villagers gravely injured. Yeah, I know. Okay, so we've got a second trade over here. Let's just see. We can sell the pottery. I'm gonna do that. And I'm so tempted to buy this Tome of Knowledge. Oh man. So tempted. Well, if we sell all of this pottery, and we've got a third trader also approaching now. So maybe we can make some good money, then I can buy that Tome of Knowledge. Oh man, oh, I'm gonna lose another villager here. Oh, this sucks. Oh my goodness. Hasn't been a good year so far. Okay, so for this trader we can sell baskets. Let's maybe do 40. And that's pretty much all. I'm considering I'm gonna definitely buy some stone, I think. And then I am gonna go for that Tome of Knowledge. I think that will really count in our favor if we can just do some extra research. Right, so for this next year, we're going to start with the produce. Let me just see. So we can do the second year, we can do grains. So let's do the grains over there. And then for this one, we can do our root vegetables. Let's do it the other way around. So I'm going to maybe put the peas first. Come on. Let's put the peas first. Then the clovers, and then the turnips. And then once we rotate again, we can do flax for that one. I'm probably going to have to purchase some food. You can see our food is really low. I'm going to just go ahead and buy this. Okay, so then we've got some extra knowledge. And let's see, we can purchase some cheese. I'm going to just go ahead and do that. Let's just purchase a whole bunch of cheese. I'm going to purchase some stone. That's it. That will just give us a little bit of a head start, and then we can sell those baskets. Right, so now I'm definitely going to have to do this upgrade, the soldier trading. 20% veterancy rate for soldiers. That's also nice. But yeah, I'm gonna have to do this because my soldiers, they struggle to take those raiders out, and the parties are so much bigger. What can we do? Gonna upgrade the market square. You know, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go for this one. We're gonna get some extra tax money, and then we can also upgrade our market within the next knowledge point. I can't believe how much the food is a problem at this stage. Let's just see. Storage. I still need to set up my granary, so... I'm trying to think where would be a good spot for it. I'm probably gonna just maybe make 2 granaries over here. Yeah, why not? Let's place 2 over here. And we can just bring a road around. Let's see, why succumb to the wounds of battle? Okay, yeah. I expected that to happen in any case. But now we've got a really low labor force, so... I'm gonna just take away these workers that was in the academy. Okay, so that is pushing up back our knowledge points tremendously. Just sell those baskets. Okay. Right. I'm thinking I can maybe... I've got so many planks, so let's take away one of those workers. Move them into the academy. Okay, there we go. The labor account is looking a bit better. Well, let's just maybe do 2 like that. Now this is something that I must also consider, just getting to increase the speed for the farmer field work. Yeah, we obviously need to boost our food production a lot. Got a whole bunch of people that came into the town, so I'm going to add another crop field. Let me just see here. Okay, now I did use some of the laborers. I've added them to the barracks, so I've got 6 soldiers now, which I think would be okay for now. I think we would be able to fend off the next wave with 6 well-trained soldiers. When we did also give that extra buff to them from the tech tree. And then I use the 1 knowledge point now to upgrade my marketplace. Now we do, however, need bricks in order to upgrade the market. So what I'm going to do now, I've already harvested my first grain. So I want to place now my windmills. I'm probably going to have to put it on this side. Yeah, because it's also affecting the desirability quite badly. So if we place the windmills here close to the granary, I think that's going to be a good thing to do. So let's just set it up right over there. We've got flax also, and that they obviously use for the actual legs of the windmill. And we're going to set that up, and then we're going to need our bakery. Here we go. Here's the bakery. So a good spot for the bakery, I think, is going to be right over here. Just like so. We can maybe add some trees behind the bakery as decorative items. So, but now when we place this bakery, that's going to give us a good desirability boost. And let's just see for the decorations. I like a birch tree. Oops, I'm not there. I like a birch tree, and we can maybe do a maple tree. There we go. And I'm going to just delete that one. That's it. Right, so I want to see now also with this trader if we can purchase maybe... no. I wanted to purchase some bricks. I'm looking for someone that can sell some bricks to us. But for now, let's just maybe sell some extra planks. We've got quite a bit of planks. And I think we can sell some of our baskets. I don't want to sell the shoes, and I don't want to sell the soap because it's trading at too low of a value. Yeah, let's just do that for now. I'm gonna just speed it up, and I see we are lacking stone again. My goodness. They really dig through the stone so quickly. So yeah, it looks like we're gonna definitely have a laborer problem again. It's like I feel like I just get ahead, but then I've got to use all of those laborers for so many different things. Let's just sell off those planks. There we go. Okay, and let's see with the next trader coming in what we can get. Okay, so we've got one laborer here by the windmill, and I'm gonna just assign one worker by the bakery. So yeah, that should stabilize our food production then. Just for the time being. Okay, soap. So you see, this is looking better. So I can sell my soap to this person. And I can also sell some pottery. We get a good amount, a good price for the pottery. And then, yeah, so this is now where the shields come in. I can now start purchasing my shields. And I'm gonna maybe go for 10 shields. Because I'm going to add a few extra troops to my barracks before I attack the bandit camp. And I need them to have shields before we go in. And let's just see a trade. Let's just sell that soap. Okay, and then I'm going to purchase... The weapons are expensive. But... let's just maybe... let's purchase 4. Buy and transfer. There we go. And then I'm going to transfer some of my gold to the storage. Because you can see my treasury is going down. I am in a little bit of a deficit. Okay, so now that we've got the bakery up, you can see some of the houses are upgrading now. Yeah, we've got a good desirability. They've got extra food variety, which is also important for the houses to upgrade. And now from here we should generate a little bit more tax. But yeah, now the food has really gone up. Well, it's still low. But it's better. Okay, so now for the next step, we can start adding our apiaries. So look how nice this is. We get a 77% boost for the honey production. And yeah, I can just go ahead and maybe... let's move it a little bit back. 78% boost for the apiary on this side as well. Great stuff. Okay, and where else can we put it? I suppose we can have one over here. Yeah, why not? We can then maybe just add a few extra trees there at a later stage. So now when we've got the honey and we've got the wax production, we're going to start using that for the candles, or we can use it for the candles. But before I start with my candle production, I want to wait for the next batch of immigrants coming in. We've still got a lot of housing space left for the people. And yeah, I'm just thinking maybe I should just build another market on this side. Okay, and then we can start placing some extra houses. So let's place a market there, and then we can add some houses over here. I think I'm going to make a road behind the school. Yeah, let's leave a space open behind the school. And then we can do 4 houses here. 3, 4. Let's do it like that. There we go. Alright, and we've got that extra knowledge point now. So now I've got to figure out... oh yeah, this is what I want to do. We want to increase the speed here on the farming. We have to. We really have to. So we need that extra food now. So up until now, I wasn't in need of any policies, but I think I want to utilize some of the policies. So the one is here, the munitions distribution. So hunters and guards can now use crossbows as well. Although I don't have crossbows at the moment, I think it's just good to activate that. And then also the overseeding. This is something that I want to use. So crop yields are increased by 25%, but the fertility reduction from crops is increased by 25%. That's not as big of a problem because we've got that one, where's this one? The sustainable farming. So you can see a minus 25% fertility loss from the planted crops. Okay, so this will kind of counter away that effect. And then we've also got the compost, which we're using to then distribute back to these crop fields. So yeah, I think just to boost our production a little bit and to keep the food supply kind of high, it is looking good. Now I'm thinking there's a few things that I want to do. So I would like to unlock this one, which is the midwives, which increases the birth rate for the villagers. But the growth is really slow. So it's either I do this one, which improves my trading post, but then again that's going to cost me bricks, which I don't have, or I do this one, which improves the birth rate. You know what? Let's go for this one. I think I first need to get a whole bunch of bricks before I consider even boosting my trading post. So yeah, you see that we need 60 bricks, and it's the same goes for our market. So I just need to get plenty of bricks, and then also I need coin, obviously. So, and then when we get that extra villagers, we can add them here to the academy, and that will also boost our knowledge a little bit quicker. I just want to see. So the temple is still a thing that I need to build, but it's got a monthly expense, and with the resources, just want to see. Yeah, so there's no other structures here with the resources that will give me that extra knowledge points. Okay, so yeah, we'll have to manually increase the knowledge points. Or if I find another salvage site, which I can't see at the moment, maybe we should send some laborers out again, just to scout some more territory. Let's do this. I think I'm taking a little bit of a risk going so far out, but it's okay. We've got to systematically just increase our line of sight with everything around us. We've only explored about 20 or 25% of the map. Oh, here we go. Okay, so now I can finally sell my herbs, but it's selling at a terrible price. Now I've also got the flax going. I'm just thinking I do need more workers before I even consider doing the weaver. Here we go. So you see, this is the problem. Now I came across a wolf then. Man, I'm probably gonna lose this one. Yeah. Just want to see, where's that wolf now? I want the villagers to attack. Here we go. Now he's feeding on that body. There we go. With the 3 villagers attacking together. Raid camp has attacked your villagers. Oh my word, we've got another one over here. Another raider camp. Okay, good. Well, at least I can now see where they are. Alrighty. So, yeah, as I've mentioned, I can sell the herbs now, but it's just at a very bad price. But I do want to open up my storage space, so I'm going to sell more. And, otherwise, there's nothing else that we can do at this stage. So I'll just sell a whole bunch of herbs. We're going to just see what this trader brings in for us. If we can purchase some bricks or just maybe make some good money, either or. Okay, so what I can see, unfortunately, only thing I can really, or that I would consider doing, is maybe just selling some clay. So yeah, we can just sell a whole bunch of the clay. And then otherwise, there's nothing really else. I'm gonna maybe just purchase some stone, just make it a little bit easier for us to just get all that resources. And yeah, we're gonna just sell that clay. I want to keep it kind of close to 200 because we do need that 200 clay in order to upgrade the town center. We also need 200 villages, which we're still very far off from. We only got 100 villages now. And in total, I've lost 11 villages over a time frame of 4 years. Is that right? No. Constructed in year 4. Okay, so in a time period of 12 years. And there we got another 6 people. Fantastic. Okay, I think it's because we've got that food variety going now, and more food in general. So that is obviously helping us. I'm thinking of just extending the road over here like so. Just go in diagonally and then bring it up like so. So yeah, then we can at least create kind of like an angle with the city a little bit. So now we require an extra builder. Okay. Only got 13 laborers available. And how many do we need? Oh, 13. That figures. Yeah, so we're gonna now just wait until the next batch of immigrants come in. I thought we were getting kind of like ahead with everything, but once again, we're short of the workforce. Let's just place our weaver's hut, or the weaver building. Now this doesn't affect the houses negatively, so I'm thinking maybe I can actually place it more towards the side. Let's maybe place it over here. Let's just do that. There we go. And even if I just assign one weaver, that's also fine. So that we can just use some of the wax. I see we've only got 6 in any case. Now one thing that I have been forgetting about is this festival pole. I mean, this is actually such a great thing to have because there's no maintenance. And it does make the people happy. It gives them some entertainment. So I think when we've got the entertainment also going, that's also going to push up our immigration. So let's get this going. And let's see if that's going to help. Right, so I've done my midwife's research and already I can see my birth rate is going up. And let's just see what this trader wants from us. So we can sell soap. We're going to sell a lot of soap to this guy. We've got a good rate. And then also the shoes are phenomenal. So that is something we can sell a lot of. And we can sell some of our baskets. We are pushing the basket production a little bit more. I've got 2 workers there. I actually want to look at adding another basket shop. But like always, the labor force is a little bit on the low side. I've added some extra storage here now. And yeah, I've added another crop field as well. So we have to keep on pushing this just to keep the food production and everything going. Right, and I do have my weaver's hut up. So we're starting to slowly but surely produce our own clothes as well. I'm gonna just keep it like that for now. We've harvested so many of the stones that was here, so we have to kind of like dig in here now. I'm gonna have to manually assign some of the laborers here at the bottom. But yeah, overall it's looking pretty good. You can see that we've got food supply for at least 6 months. So that's nice to see. We can look at maybe adding another block of houses here at the bottom. So you see this will actually fit in perfectly. So we can do maybe another block of 8 houses, I would say. But let's just do the 6 for now. Let's just do it like that. I first want to get this trade going. Right. Just sell all of these items. And then we can purchase from the same guy, we can purchase bricks. So they are expensive, but I definitely need them. For the first thing I need is for the paper mill. We need to get that going. So we need at least 60, right? So I'm gonna go for 120. Because then we can build a paper mill and we can upgrade one of our markets. Mine transfer, let's do it like that. So that's a lot of my gold that it took. And let's just see if we can trade anything else. We can trade pottery. So let's maybe do this. 78 pottery. They are also selling a tome of knowledge, but I'm gonna skip that one for now. And let's just see, for the tools, Would love to buy some tools. I think I'm going to. And then we can definitely buy one of the heavy tools. It's at a very, very low price. So we're going to have to buy one or two of those. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to do that. Let's just sell this off. And just buy a handful of tools, right? Well, let's maybe just go for 7. It's not a lot, but it's going to help. And I'll buy one of these, or let's go for 2. Let's go for 2. And then we can purchase a few extra shields. Another 5, I would say. That should do the trick. Okay, I'm going to keep some gold just for in case of an emergency. I suppose we can sell some clothes. It's going at such a good price. And we are producing it now, so yeah, let's do that. Okay, so now next step that I want to do is to build the paper mill. Should make that a priority. Let's see, so we can squeeze it in right over here. Okay, so I definitely have just enough bricks, and then we can upgrade this market. I'm gonna go for this. Yeah, let's do that. Right, and I can see that all of these crop fields have been fertilized, which is great. Just want to see for the compost yard. I know you can eventually get a tech where you can add another worker to the compost yard. I'm not sure where you get that. Somewhere around here. You had that ability to add another worker to the compost yard. Or was it on this side? Oh, maybe it was from this one. 20% yield from compost production. Ooh, that's such a nice one to have. 1 occupancy at the comp. Okay, this is the one. Minus 30% work to produce compost. This is such a good one to have. You see, I can access these ones. Even though I'm not at the tier 3 yet with my town center, they actually allow us to access these. That's very nice. I think I'm gonna maybe go for that. Just for this compost yard. I don't know. It's so difficult to decide. But I've decided what I'm gonna do with the knowledge points. I'm going to rather do this. Increase the health for the palisade walls and the gates. Yeah. Because then we're getting a little bit closer to unlocking the fortified walls and gates. And yeah, I do want to maybe get this going as quick as I can. So I'll probably use the next knowledge point to get the fortified walls. And then I want to start setting that up. I feel like it's a little bit of a waste of time setting up the palisades and a waste of a lot of resources. So if we had to do like the palisades and then only afterwards then upgrade all of them to the fortified walls, that's going to be such a pain. So I want to go straight to the fortified walls if I can do that. And you know, it's kind of crazy. We've been getting drought after drought, year after year. I don't know. Doesn't feel like I'm playing on the Trailblazer. It's like it's on Vanquisher mode or something. Because also the raids are quite tough, literally from the start. We can maybe look at adding... Wait, let's not add any more workers there. We've got our workers now assigned here to the paper mill. Okay, good. So we are generating paper, right? No, not yet. Let me just see. We do have paper. Or all the stuff that we need for the paper. So it's just going a little bit slow. But I think once we've got a good paper production going, it says there that it's still missing the paper. Okay, so I must maybe just give it some time for it to go a little bit more. But yeah, then we're going to generate knowledge much quicker. What I'm thinking now is I want to set up the healer's house So we still don't get a lot from the tax income. But yeah, it's looking a little bit better. We're in the positive now. So I'm going to just go ahead and place myself a healer's house. And I think this is a pretty good spot. This is pretty central. So we can place this over here. And what we can do now, you can see the road has been very well placed. So we can actually fit in another block of 9 houses over here. Just like so. And we can leave that middle square, we can leave open for some decorative items. And specifically, I was looking at the small park that I want to slot in here. I'm going to just go ahead and do that. Let's just space it in there, and I think we can just add a road, just like so. That's it. So I want to prioritize the healer's house. I want to get that going first thing. And we can also maybe just transfer some extra gold to our town storage, because we're going to start using a lot of that now. Labor force is looking good. We've got enough builders. Yeah, so I could also maybe look at just adding another light infantry. Let's just do that. Because I don't know, if we go into the next raid, I want to make sure that we are well protected. And like I've mentioned, I think I'm going to maybe just go ahead and build the fortified walls once I get the next knowledge point. I think I'm going to just go for it, so that we can start setting that up, and then at least that will give some sort of resistance to these people that's coming to attack us, the raiders. You see, this is what I'm talking about. So now we can sell the herbs, and we can sell it at a good price. So yeah, we're gonna just go and sell a whole bunch of these herbs. Here we go. We're gonna take all of the traders' money. There's nothing else that I'm gonna purchase from them. No. Yeah, we don't need anything else. So hopefully with the next trader coming in, we're gonna get some good items. I'm now currently sending just all the workers to just harvest these rocks over here. The stone. These big boulders. I need to obviously now just get as much stone in as I can, because I'm going to start laying out those fortified walls. Okay, our labor count is still on the low side. But that's now because I've also added a healer here. Yeah, I do think it's a good thing that I did that, because now you can see the desirability all around has improved. So that's generally with these type of structures. That is like a public service, like the bakery, the healer's house, and then, oh yes, I've also got the festival pole, so that's also contributed quite a lot. But let's just do this. We've got the fortified walls, great. The next thing would be the fortified arrows, the lookout towers that we can change to watchtowers. So that's something that I'm also going to look at. But here we go. So we're going to sell all of this off. Good. Yeah, we've got 1,000. We can actually sell a little bit more. Let's maybe do just close to 100. And we've got the next trader coming in. So we're going to see what we can get from this. A bee sting.
Hello.
Okay, so this doesn't happen often, but from time to time you do get a worker that gets a bee sting. Now we've got raiders from 2 alternative sides, which kind of sucks. But I've got to now see which raiding party is the biggest. We do have a watchtower and our town center here that can help defend. In fact, I've got 2 guards here. Okay, so that's fine. Yeah, so that's okay. I think I'm gonna use my troops to just attack the raiding party at the bottom. Now let's see. Ooh, we can purchase stone at a really good price. I'm gonna go ahead and purchase a whole bunch of that. Buy. Okay, we don't have extra weapons, so I'm gonna maybe just say let's purchase 3 extra weapons, and we can buy some of the iron. Definitely. Here we go. And purchase a little bit of extra stone. Here we go. Okay, so let's just check this out. Right, so we do have our one raiding party that's coming here. I think with our 8 soldiers that we've got, and we've got shields as well, I think it's going to go a lot better than before. I'm just hoping the bigger raiding party is going to come here at the bottom instead of at the top. Oh, here they come in. Okay, let's just send them out. Okay, this is a small raiding party. But I'm going to quickly just... Ooh, they're small. Oh, they're small, they're small. It's actually a lot of them. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we've got to just jump in. We've got to jump in here. My soldiers is a lot stronger, so... Yeah, I think... My archers are not going to survive. That's fair enough. Okay, I only lost one of my archers.
At once.
I just want to see how big is this party. Ooh. It's kind of big. Yeah, the raids are definitely harder. Without a doubt. I'm going to just send my troops up here. And we can activate the tower. I don't know if we'll be able to save this guy here at the bottom. We'll probably lose the one archer. Yeah, but at least we've got a one lookout tower. We've got the villagers that can attack here from the town center as well. Yeah, that's working pretty well.
As you command. It will be done.
Okay, cool. Alright. We took out 23 of the raiders out of the 32, and we didn't lose anybody. So I would say that's a pretty good run. I'm kind of thinking now, I want to maybe... Oh, there they go. Oh, yay. My healer has got him. So we can save the archer. Yeah, I'll probably add another 2 archers maybe. And then I'll do another 2 light infantry. And then once I've got those 4 extra soldiers, I'm gonna go and try and attack one of these bandit camps. I think we should be fine to take them on. So we can now also look at upgrading these wells. But yeah, I'm gonna just keep that also on the back burner just for now. Let's just see how many laborers we've got. Currently 20 laborers available, and we need at least 16. So let's maybe go ahead and add... Oh, I see we're kind of in a minus. Okay. I'm gonna hold off on that then. We need to boost our tax income first. So I suppose what we can do, I don't have my candle shop up yet. I've been wanting to put that up for quite some time. So let's just look at a location for where we can put this up. So I suppose this is not a bad spot for it. I'm gonna drop it down right over there. And we can move this road all the way up. Now I think this road is skew over here. So we're gonna have to make a plan here. I'll fix that a little bit later. Let's just see here for the work camp. Let's move it like so. Okay, there's a little bit of stone they can harvest still. The work camp we can eventually move towards this location where there's plenty of stone and wood. But I think what I want to do is I want to actually just fix this road. Take this road out completely. And then let's just pull it straight through like this. And then we can attach this road. Let's see. And attach it like so. And now what we can do from here, I'm gonna now bring it into an angle again. Just like so. But we don't make the city completely square. Okay, but it's looking good so far. Let's see, the desirability, pretty decent. And we can maybe look at placing the temple maybe on this side. We're gonna just need some extra gold, and let's see what else do we require for the temple. It does have a monthly cost. Okay, 15 gold. So we'll have to wait a little while before we place that. I'm feeling pretty keen to actually do this research, the double walled hives, to give us a plus 50% honey and wax production, because it really sucks at the moment. So I'm gonna just go ahead and boost that. And because, yeah, we also need the wax obviously for the candle. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead. We're currently in a -7 with our treasury. I'm gonna just go ahead and add another 2 light infantry. I know it's gonna cost me quite a bit. We've still got some. Ooh, we don't actually have a lot of point left here. But we're gonna get into the next here pretty soon, and then we'll get some traders coming in again, and we can just boost our treasury. But I want to fully staff my barracks to get all of our soldiers, so that I can just go and maybe attack one of these bandit camps, because we do get some pretty decent loot. And I want to also start adding my fortified walls, seeing that we've done the research now. I want to see, can we move this in an angle? Yeah, there we go. So this is what I want. I hope it works. I'll place it in this angle with the road. And yeah, we're going to bring the wall up all the way there. And we're going to do the same over here. Bring it down. That's it. And then from here we can pull it through. And let's just do it like that for now. I'm going to see how many bricks or how many stone it's going to take just to build this piece of wall. I'm assuming quite a bit. Right, so our paper production is a little bit on the slow side. Okay, it does look like it's building up. I added another member or another worker here. And we've also got the academy now fully staffed. So you can see there that it's now showing green, which means it's an optimum production. Now we can eventually upgrade the academy. Then I think we can get double the amount of workers eventually. And you can see the population is still climbing very nicely. We're getting close to that 200, which we need to do the upgrade for the town center. And we've got now pretty much all the resources that we need, except for the candles. We still need to build on that. But now hopefully with this research that I've done, hopefully that is going to give us enough of a boost. Just get a good candle production as well. Oh, it's so nice to see these fortified walls up. So with this trader that we've got that came in, he is willing to buy the hide coats. Now I did sell quite a bit. You can see there with my trading post gold. So I'm going to transfer all of this. Here we go. Let's just transfer a whole bunch of that over. And then we can purchase the bricks only for 9 gold. So this is nice. I'm going to really go a little bit wild over here. I'm going to purchase as much as I can. And let's just see. We can sell... Maybe let's sell some additional soap. We've got so much of that. And we can sell some additional shoes as well. Baskets. Yeah, not as great. Let's see what we can get from this other trader. We can sell pottery. Yeah, so I'm gonna just sell a whole bunch of things now. Clothing I'm not gonna worry about. And then now we can purchase some tools. We can, if we really want to, we can purchase some extra stone, but I don't think that's necessary. I'm gonna maybe look at adding some extra weapons and definitely purchase some extra tools. So let's just build up our capital a bit. Sell that off. I want to see, we get 16 for the shoes here. Okay, so I'm gonna sell to this trader rather. We get better money from this one. Okay, and let's purchase some tools. Maybe just 11. And I'm gonna add some extra bricks over here. Yeah, let's just do it like that. Okay, so the weapons are super expensive. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna maybe... let's leave that. I'd rather purchase then some extra tools. And then the remainder of the gold I'm gonna put back to my town storage. Now I've got 10 soldiers at the moment. I'm just now thinking if this is gonna be sufficient. I suppose I need to add the 2 archers. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so I'm gonna fully stock it with the soldiers and then I'm gonna send them out here to this bandit camp. I'm first gonna go here to this wolf's den just to take that out. Obviously then I can come to the sand pit and just start harvesting some of the sand. But now we've got the capability to also upgrade this market. I don't think I'm gonna do that though. I'm gonna rather focus on upgrading my storage. So in order for me to upgrade the storehouse and the cellar, it looks like I need to have a tier 3 town center, unfortunately. But we can upgrade the stockyard. That's one thing. Let's just see if there's other structures that I need to build that uses bricks. I don't think so. Oh yeah, I think there was something. I don't know. Well, anyways, let's just leave that for now. We need some water here, I think. Are we requiring flax? Okay. But I think I'm gonna anyways just add a well also. Because I know they do use a lot of water for the paper. Okay, so I've got all my soldiers. I'm gonna just send them out. And let's just quickly take them here to the wolf's den. I'm gonna just fully staff that academy. I did take the workers out and I'm gonna now just put them back again. And yeah, you can see the knowledge. Yeah, it's looking good. Ooh, we've got some new immigrants coming in here. There they go. Nice. It's really hard to see where these wolves are. I see one over here. Oh, there's another one. They're relatively easy to take out. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna go down. And let's see if we can take on this bandit camp. Where are they? Yeah. 10 new people. Good. Okay, so at least if we do lose any of the soldiers, at least we know we've got enough people in the town now to compensate for them. Okay, you can see we've got a flax production going. All our crop fields are set up. I think we can maybe just need another builder there. We can add another crop field. Seeing that we've got enough villages now. Let's do this. There we go. And now I do want to add some extra workers on the different locations. So let's see. Got enough wheat so we can look at adding another worker here to the windmill and maybe also another baker. Yeah, we can push our bread production a little bit. We've got 2 workers here. Okay. Let's just see how's the wax production. Okay, that is building up, so we can maybe add another worker there. Just another person here at the cobbler shop. Okay, I think I'm gonna just leave it like that for now. Right. So we've got our soldiers. Can't I turn them around? I don't want my archers to go head first attacking these towers. There we go. Okay, I think we should be fine with these camps. Yeah, I think we should handle them. I might lose 1 or 2 of my soldiers. Yeah, I think this 1 soldier is not gonna make it. Health's looking pretty low. Oh, we got some really nice loot here. 8 weapons. Nice. Oh, just survived. Okay, great. Okay, so what I am going to do is I'm going to let these soldiers just retreat back to the garrison. I'm going to let them recover and then we can go and take on the other bandit camp. Let's just quickly fast forward this. So we've got a nice bit of gold there and also the weapons. That's going to be very handy. And we've got that hauberks, which is the more heavy armor. So I can see all my walls are up on this side. We're going to extend it a little bit further soon. Thinking let's just move this hunting cabin. No. Cancel. How do I cancel this? I've accidentally placed it now on the opposite side. Oh man, okay. Okay, I'm gonna just have to move it again. Okay, so we can see now the health is already full. Pretty much for all of the soldiers. So we can just get them ready and then we can take on this bandit camp on this side. Right over there. So let's send them out. See, there's another wolf den over here. Actually missed it. Let's just slow this down. Here we go. Yeah, I think this is a nice balance for your garrison to have 4 archers and then maybe 8 light infantry. I think that balances them pretty good. I might actually lose one of my archers now. Okay, I didn't. And there we've got a lot of hide coats, 1 extra hauberk, 8 weapons. Oh, this is beautiful. Yeah, you know, it's so worth it. And, oh, Antlers of the Great Spirit. Great stuff. I just don't know where we're going to place it. We don't have a temple yet. Alright, but we can now send all our troops back. Let's just tell them to retreat. Back to the garrison. Here we go. Okay, so the villagers will just go ahead and they'll collect all of that stuff, all of the loot. And I know we're kind of in a deficit with our income, but we've got plenty of money, so I'm thinking maybe I should just go ahead and build a temple. And it will fit nicely here on this corner. I'm just thinking of doing that maybe. Yeah, why not? Let's place it over here, and then with this open space that we've got, we can maybe do some trees and some plazas and all of that. Okay, then at least we've got now space for this relic that we found. And I see we've got also 2 knowledge points, so we must have gotten a knowledge point from taking out that bandit camp. So yeah, that's really cool. Just want to see, work to minestones now. Let's see, woodworking. Forward splitters can upgrade to forward splitter workshop. Okay. Unlock mines. Ooh. I suppose this would be my next step. We definitely need the mines. Unlock foundry. And then this is to produce the melted iron or the smelted iron. I'm gonna go for this also. Let's just upgrade the trading post. And then we can trade all the valuable stuff. I do have enough bricks now to upgrade the trade center or the trade post to the trade center. Yeah, let's maybe upgrade this one. I'm gonna just go for it. Okay, and we've got another crop field now up. So I'm glad I didn't actually construct more of these fortified walls, because now we're using a lot of the stone for the temple itself. Cool. Okay, so our trading center is now up, so now we're going to get way more traders. And they're also going to sell bigger quantities of different items to us. Now we still need to get our population up to 200 in order to get to that tier 3 town center. Right, so we've got the temple set up. I've got 1 villager assigned here. And we've also placed now the antlers of the Great Spirit we've placed in here. And so we've got 30% more yield for the meat. This is going to be fantastic for food production. Now that's going to really improve it. Okay, now we also got 2 knowledge points because we placed a temple, and we also got knowledge just from the general production that we're doing. So let's just see. What I want to do is I want to do this military logistics. Okay, so undo. Just want to do 1. And that's going to decrease the upkeep costs. Okay, so there you can see now it's not looking as bad. You know, we're not as deep in the minus as we would have been. And then we can also see, let's see what else. Let's look at maybe upgrading some of these things. I think it won't be a bad idea to maybe just unlock all the livestock stuff, the animal husbandries. We should maybe go into that. I want to see speed for foragers, hunters, And forager work radius. Oh wow, this is also a good one. Let's maybe do that, seeing that we've already got so many foragers and hunters. It would make sense to just have that one. And yeah, knowledge production is pretty good in any case. So let's just see. So I still need to move this hunter back. He is hunting. It's just not where I want him to be. Okay, there we go. Right, so let's see if our foragers are placed on this side, right? So let's see the radius. Yeah, that's much bigger. Okay, so what we can do actually now, we can move this a little bit up. And you can see there's more herbs and stuff that they can get. See, they're also getting eggs now. So that is really cool. And this one, let's see, plenty of nuts. Roots, nuts. Yeah. And a lot of berries. Okay, cool. So I'm kind of happy with that. I just want to see for this one also. We can move this a little bit. There's not really much else that he can get. I think we'll probably just keep it like this. There we go. Well, that's it from me, everybody. I'm going to do a two-part playthrough, so I will continue with the same game. And it will also be a long playthrough, similar to this one that we've got. But I'm going to extend the city a lot further. And yeah, we can look at some of the more advanced things that we can get through the tech tree on a later stage. But if you did like and enjoy this, please do remember to also hit the subscribe button. And then I'm going to see you in the next one.
In a game of adventure and strategy, we make our mark. That's your game on. Building kingdoms from the top. Together we